You can't just keep going head-on against the whole world. The upfront approach isn't always the best way. Sometimes you have to make use of the back door.
I just don't think I'm ready to do that yet.
What's up, everyone? What's up? Another Kiwi here. How you guys doing today? Welcome to another episode of Nonami. I'm your host, Nodo. We got Trey Vito up in the building here.
What up, what up, what up?
And Sandstorm will be on the way here. He's actually taking care of some stuff. You know, family stuff happens. You know how it goes. Sorry, my camera's on the other monitor. I'm actually looking at a different screen, so it looks like I'm looking some different direction. So please bear with me. I just haven't changed the move the camera yet. But I am also getting used to this new system here as well. Like Vito had got used to it before. Now it's my turn to get used to it. So we'll see how it plays out. Other than that. But then, Vito, how you been, man?
I'm good. Just trying to figure some stuff out.
Aren't we all?
Yep.
See, compared to me, I'm in the process of the countdown to the other co-host who's actually still asleep at the moment, Obadiah. Obi for short. His birthday is just around the corner. We're almost there. We are basically if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. 11 days till he's 1 year old.
All right.
So we're that close.
Yeah, yeah.
Surprising.
It was just like yesterday. We was at the hospital.
Yep, exactly. Like literally, I'm serious. Like I was literally in a garage, have my setup and everything else, playing. I guess I wouldn't say knockoff, but I mean like the level editor to Suikoden. But I was playing that, and then my fiance literally came in and actually was like, "Hey, I just saw spots and everything else," and I was like, "Okay, like." What do you want to do? Do you want to go? Do you not? What's the plan? Like, what's the game plan? Like, if you want to go, we'll go.
Yeah.
So, and this was like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, literally. And I was like, you know what? Fine, we'll go. Like, I'm not taking any chances. I'm not just trying to be in the comfortable state. Like, let's just go, see what happens, go from there. And sure enough, it went to the point of like, yeah, it's just time. So, yeah. So,
shout out to Geronimo, man. Thank you for stopping by, man.
Yeah. What up, Geronimo? Shoot. Yeah. All right. So let's get into our use.
It's definitely been a fun week, especially with all that Switch situations.
Oh God, tell me about it.
We're gonna talk about it tomorrow. Definitely.
Geronimo. Yeah. Like I may make an appearance because I didn't get a chance to watch the Treehouse, but I did kind of see Sandstorm and Action Jack and who else was on there? It was like one of the first. I forgot the name in my head, but because I was literally like I was like came home from work and I was like half asleep, so I was like yeah, and I think they were showing off Metro Prime 4, and I was like okay, that was the only thing I remember. And other than that, I was like I got off. I was like I got feed the baby, feed Obi. So, but yeah, Other than that, all right, man, let's get into our icebreaker. What are you currently watching, my friend?
Nothing.
Yep.
I ain't gonna front. Nothing at all. Simply because I've been on Xenoblade majority of my my watching TV time or whatever like that. So yeah, definitely nothing. Definitely nothing.
Yeah, man. Like, where you at right now? Like, you still chapter 5 or 6? I think it was. Last time you told me?
We like at chapter 9.
Oh God, man. Yeah, see, I just dove into chapter 4. Like I just started chapter 4 and I'm just doing side stuff right now. And I was like, okay, y'all really trying to make me do some stupid crap. Y'all really gonna do something right now. Yeah. So yeah. Shoot. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm trying to compete with Jack. Hopefully I can catch up to where Jack is. Probably not, but probably can. Hey, you know what? I probably can actually, because what kind of separates Jack is sometimes he got to deal with the kids. So
yep, yep, pretty much. Yeah, like when I was down there and they were showing off the Metro Point 4, I was like, yeah, I thought I'd hop on to see what's going on before I actually take a nap. I was like, I kind of need that. I'm like, all right, yeah, that's that's literally the concept. What's happening, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. I'm gonna start chapter 5 sometime this weekend. I just need to. Yeah, I literally
chapter 5 is fun. They put you in the middle of like, you better be leveled up. Chapter 5, they put you in the middle of some stuff. You gotta make hard.
Yeah,
sneak around. You gotta be stealth, and that game is not meant for stealth. So yeah, you better be up for your levels and stuff.
Look, I'm already on chapter 4. I just started chapter 4 and I just did I'm working on a side mission for Lynn right now. So I'm just doing that one as we speak since I walked into chapter 4.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let me just do this real quick too. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna have time to work on this. It's gonna take a minute. And I was like, half of it was like, okay, I got this part. I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to get over on that side of town? What? Oh my god. I'm like, y'all really gonna make me do some weird crap.
Yeah.
But yeah. As for me, animes of what I watch, I just ended up completing a few animes that just finished. Let me see. I think one of them I'm still working on. There are 2 more from the winter season I'm working on, which is Zinsu, and the other one is called. Let me see if I can go back a page. I'm using my other app here. what is it called? The unnamed memories, the second season of it. So I'm kind of working on that as we speak because I got 5 episodes to finish that up, and then the other one, Zensu. I'm like super behind on that, so I'm working on those 2. But the last thing I ended up finishing was the Red Ranger from another world. That was good, and the final episode, bruh. I was like, what? So are you telling me Red Ranger has a second form? And he has a dark form? Oh, bro, what? Wait, what? Oh, okay, we're going this route? Yeah, that has been my favorite episode right there.
Yeah. I mean, in real Super Sentai, like Red Rangers always do have a second form, and there was actually a Sentai that had a Red Ranger that had like a dark form. That was kind of crazy. So I think they kind of take a little bit from some of the Sentai, which is cool.
Yeah.
But then add dungeons in there.
Yep.
And it's an interesting watch. It definitely is when I get back into it. But there is a Red Ranger dark form, which is crazy.
I forgot which one is it too that had it, and I know like I seen it too. I was like, wait, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
Like you may want to go back and watch the Japanese Super Sentais again, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shoot, I gotta go back in there. But the other anime I did watch today, and I wanted to kind of see how it's gonna go about how it starts off. And we actually I showed the trailer of this, I think, like a couple episodes ago. It's the Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows. So this is one I actually have read, more like kind of listening at work, but read. But I actually watched it, and I think I only had like 5 minutes left to finish it. So, and then I got distracted by one of our coworkers. He brought up about the Devil May Cry anime. And I didn't know it was out. I was like, okay. He said he liked it. He said he liked it. It was just trying to make sure between CGI and like normal animation and CGI. I was like, that's usually a hit and miss for me sometimes, but it depends. But this is Devil May Cry, so we'll roll with it.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, so if you guys actually have anything you guys have been checking out anime wise, to let us know in the comments here and everything else, and go from there. So I have a bit of news. I do have one ultimate one, but I have to save it for the next episode because I have it more dedicated for a special occasion. Because for any of you guys know, I do have next week's episode set in play, and this one's going to be more dedicated to my little co-host Obadiah. It's going to be his birthday week. We're going to be focusing on anime cartoons, for children, basically. To bring them into it whatsoever. So that's going to be our topic. I do have a video, like a trailer for it and everything else for it. But that's for the next episode we have for episode 12. So I'll give you guys a heads up. But in the meantime, for news for today, we have in here. Let's see. Where is my thing? There we go. Pause. Jeez. I have a good amount of stuff here, and I'm looking at some new stuff. This one is actually funny. So, where's the 4th? Yeah. So there was an April Fool. So there's some April Fools going on here, and it's funny. So I saw something when I was looking through here. A lot of like different animes getting like April Fool stuff. Yeah. So Blue Log has a April Fools called Blaze Farm. Boomstrain Dogs has, I don't know. There was one I saw that caught my attention. There it is. This is the one I saw. A Dragon Radar Foam. I was like, "Are you serious? Like,
it's a foam?"
Yeah, but it's like like the Dragon Radar, like how it looks and everything else. It looks exactly like that, but it's a foam. It looks like almost like the thing you like for a watch or something.
Does it really work?
It's April Fool's. Come on, we expect it.
Hey, it could really work though.
I know. Cool. That would be dope.
I'll get that. What if they did an April Fool's joke? Of like, well, hold on. Did you see? I don't think I sent you this, and I think it was an April Fool's joke, but I think it was also too a great promotion thing. But I think Call of Duty put a drop box in the middle of like Town Square or something like that. I don't know. So it was so weird. I was like, what in the world? Oh, y'all really trying to? Oh, I'll get up in there. To see if y'all got an RPG in that mother.
Exactly. I'm telling you, man. They got a lot of. There's a lot. Holy cow! There's a lot of like April Fools, like mixing animes together and differently, like art styles. Like it is. I'm looking at it. This is a list. Holy cow!
Yeah.
Oh, they took that one down. Level 5 had one, but it's actually the video's private. Oh, that sucks.
The biggest anime April Fool's joke ever is Dragon Ball AF. When I was a kid, when we was up there, learning about Super Saiyans and snap, there's a Super Saiyan 3 and 4, and there's a 5. What? It's in Dragon Ball AF. And then like when we found out that AF wasn't even real and it stood for April Fools, I said,
yeah. Oh my god.
And I didn't, and what's crazy? I didn't even hear that it was April Fools until like I got I think it was 8th grade or about to go into 9th grade. It was like, nah, bro, that was an April Fool's joke. And I was like, it was not real. I was like, but Super Saiyan 4 is though, right? It was like, yeah. I still didn't watch GT at that point of time. I think I think I was trying to get my hands on it, but that was a crazy time. What a time back in the early 2000s. That was some crazy stuff, man. We literally fell for everything. And plus that was like the dawn of the internet. So, people, what I'm saying, uploading like forums and what I'm saying, on like little blog sites and stuff like that, and you thinking they're real.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest April Fool's joke ever. I said, man, y'all had me set for the white-haired, white-tailed Super Saiyan, and that's not even real. It don't go past 4.
Bruh. I would have been like on that heartbeat, man. I'm not gonna lie.
That was messed up, man, back in the day, man. But hey, look, we know better now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a possibility. There's a possibility it can be done, but it probably won't be called Super Saiyan 5. You know what I'm saying? But there's a possibility now it can be done with the Ultra Instinct and the fact that Toriyama did his little version of Super Saiyan 4, and it looks like a Super Saiyan God. Yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll
definitely figure that out completely. Seriously. All right, let's see. Into some more news. So for anybody know, we are in the spring season of animes. New stuff is already out. So for anybody knows, who's ever is a big fan of the Fire Force series, season 3 has finally started today with the first episode, and it's issued to have 12 episodes.
All right.
So if any of you guys,
I still haven't got into Fire Force yet. I still got to get into it.
Yeah, Fire Force. I feel so Fire Force, which I didn't realize is more of a prequel to Soul Eater, or something like that, because there's a lot of because in Fire Force there's a lot of references from Soul Eater. There's a lot of references and everything else, and certain specific characters, like certain specific ones, kind of like are basically from Soul Eater. So if you have never seen Soul Eater, definitely check it out. This came out before Fire Force, and Soul Eater is, I believe, I want to say it's 24, but I feel like it's a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's great. I love it. I fell in love with it. The first 3 episodes, I fell in love, especially Death the Kid. Death the Kid was like the funniest of the characters because everything to him has to be symmetry, like has to be perfect, straight line, everything else. And dude has like streaks of hair, like black and white streaks, but it's like it's straight, like perfectly. And I was like, holds like dual guns, but like shoots with he don't shoot like this. He shoots with this, with his pinkies upside down. I'm like, are you serious? But it's crazy, but it's great. But I still need to finish up season 1, and now that we got season 3 up and running, so I'm like, all right, it's time for me to dive in. Let's go.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a minute till I get into that. So definitely recommend checking it out. And I think the art style might got updated a little bit. I think because I'm looking at it right now on X, so it looks like it got updated. So another thing which I did not know we're up to how many years it's been. So Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood premiered 16 years ago today. So basically it's been 16 years.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Yeah, man. I was surprised by this one.
Yeah.
I was like, sweet, great, a very very great anime.
Did they do any specials or anything for it?
No, not that I know of.
Okay,
I mean, this happened. Yeah, we just know about this like 6 hours ago. So we're just finding out about it just now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There is something I gotta go to my bookmarks because it's something I definitely want to bring up, and I was really trying to hold it out because when we were doing the Beetleverse, I saw something caught my attention, and I was like, I want to bring this up in the Beetleverse, but I couldn't. But since it's anime related, I was like, this is perfect. So these are the two things I am going to bring up. I saved up from Beetleverse to bring here. All right. So one of them is actually about, since we were talking, I think, if I remember correctly, I think we have brought this up I think we brought this up in the Sandstorm. We were talking about one of the games that kind of remind us of like, you brought, it was which board, I think, or which was it, Rich Broom, I think it was the game. What was that game you talking about? That sounded like that Hogwarts Legacy, but like there was like Witch Brew or something like that. Witch Brew or something like that.
Oh, that was Sandstorm. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
He had some new joint come out called Witch something. I don't forget.
Yeah. So when he was bringing,
was it Witch Academy or something like that?
Nah, it was like Witch. I can't remember the name, but I remember it was like Witch something. But anyways, the reason I brought it up because he brought up about Ghibli's Kiki's delivery service. So since we're bringing it up, since that was the case, and so this is the topic we have. The IMAX re-release of Princess Mononoke earned 1.2 million in its opening day. It only played on 330 screens. So yeah, Ghibli's still doing. He's still doing it.
Yeah.
So, and Princess Mononoke, yeah, to be on IMAX, like to see this on IMAX would be like amazing, and I would love to see this on IMAX because I fell in love with it when I seen it like on my TV. I was like, "What is this?" But then I didn't realize it was Ghibli's stuff, and then that's why I was like, "Oh, with Kiki's delivery service and everything else, Castles in the Skies." I was like, "Yo, I was like, I need this. I need this in my life." So yeah, that was one of the things there. So another topic I do have here, this is also I saved up too. So this one I really want to bring up for the Beetleverse, but I'm bringing it here because this has something to do with Looney Tunes, something to do with cartoons. It says here, Warner Brothers. This was actually about a couple of weeks ago. It says Warner Brothers will destroy the single story building where Looney Tunes was once a house. The goal is to create space for a multi HBO show shooting on the lot.
Harry Potter. Right. Most likely that'll probably be stupid. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, you can't. I hope they save whatever, some mementos from that. You know what I mean? Of course they will. But yeah, I mean, sometimes stuff got to go. You know what I mean? To make room for stuff. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and I'm saying Harry Potter, but it could be anything. You know what I'm saying? HBO has so many shows. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? House of the Dragons, which I don't think that's shot here in America anyway. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like there's so many things they could be, you know what I'm saying? Like using that space for, we'll see what it is.
Definitely. I'm actually curious what they're gonna do because to me personally, I was like, I mean, we grew up on watching like Looney Tunes and like Mickey and all this stuff like that. But I mean, Looney Tunes we definitely grew up on the most, more than anything. So,
I don't know. I don't think I did. I think I actually grew up more on the Disney side of things. To be honest, our biggest thing was Nickelodeon. Disney. WB. That was like almost like. Okay, if Disney and Looney and what's the name's not on, because like also too, I'm younger. Like my generation or me and Sandstorm, like literally, like during our little kid era, we started like seeing like there was Fox that had the WB stuff. There was Nickelodeon that had all all that stuff, and then there was Disney. So there was like a channel war, you know what I'm saying, at that time, and literally they was going back and forth. But for some reason, Nickelodeon in the 90s, they took a lot of those kids away from the Looney Tunes. Even though, like I said, I watched the Looney Tunes. Really, I think I more watched the WB shows such as Batman, you know what I'm saying, like the animated shows. What's the Tiny Toons Adventures?
Oh yeah.
I watched that. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on that one right there. The Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain. You know, those were mine. Looney Tunes, when those would like come on, I would kind of watch them, but then I'll kind of, you know what I'm saying, I'll kind of go to the other stuff like Nickelodeon or something like that. But I did grow up on it. I did watch it. I do know them. You know what I'm saying? But it was more of like we was into the newer stuff. Like I said, the Tiny Toons, Looney Tunes. I mean, Animaniac stuff like that, Batman, you know. So I can't say I have like a soft spot for Bugs outside of Space Jam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Space Jam definitely was like, okay, yeah. Now you're appealing to my intellect because I love Jordan. Jordan was on time. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like he was on top at the time. So yeah, they you know, it's like I think it's really more like even Mickey. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really grow up on Mickey. You know what I'm saying? Like some other people did, like the Mickey Mouse clubs and things of that nature. I really didn't grow up on actual Mickey. It was more of like the essence of Mickey, and I'll see him, but I can't tell you a single Mickey Mouse like cartoon like show or anything besides a movie. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like he was just a mascot. I remember that Goofy movie though.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows about that movie. which again, we're still waiting on information on that trailer or whatever we're supposed to be getting, the documentary of it. So I'm still waiting on that. Yeah. I'm like, yo, like if we're getting this document, like, yo, we need this ASAP because I'm super curious about this because you just now after seeing it on X4's Twitter, I was like, yo, is this real or is this a joke? Because if this real, I need this now so we know what the heck's going on with this. Please. Like ASAP. So
they did this one like sploof documentary of the Goofy movie. And it had this black dude as like the director of it and stuff like that. It was funny. I forgot what it was. I think I saw it on YouTube. I gotta find it, but I saw that sploof of the documentary and stuff like that. But if they're doing a real documentary on it, that'd be cool. That'd definitely be cool. But definitely, Looney Tunes, those are iconic. Those are part of pop culture still. You know what I'm saying? Like even if you didn't watch the cartoon, you still know who they are.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And they have made an impact in each generation. I think about even the fact that Space Jam would have been that bridge that made me kind of look at like Bugs, like, oh yeah, he's really that dude. Space Jam 2 would be for the younger generation. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because I know for a fact they ain't watching, you know what I'm saying, the Looney Tunes. Well, they do have the new Looney Tunes out, but I know they ain't watching it.
They're not watching like the Looney Tunes we used to watch back then. It's just like, because those back then were just like, you know, those are like the top tier compared to like the newer stuff. It's like newer stuff is not bad. It's just I don't know if this is the same company as Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry is Hanna-Barbera. Okay. Yeah, they're like Flintstones, Jetsons, Tom and Jerry. All of them are Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
That's my other generation there too. It's like I grew up on Mickey, Mickey, Donald, and them. The Looney Tunes, the Flintstones, the Jetsons, Tom and Jerry. I grew up on those cartoons. And
for me, that was Boomerang. That came, you know what I'm saying?
That was Boomerang, but to me, that was Cartoon Network in general. That was just Cartoon Network before it became Boomerang.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like for me, I mean, it was Cartoon Network too. It was like kind of
Yeah.
shortly lived, but it was more like it was like those cartoons was like I was already up there in age, you know what I'm saying? About time that like I saw it on Cartoon Network. I saw those more on like TNT or Turner television, like Saturday morning type stuff. And sometimes it would be, like I said, it would be hit or miss. It would be here, like I don't know who had us wrapped up. And I know Sandstorm if I was for real that one, but Nickelodeon, man, I'm telling you, bro, they had the sprinkles. I don't know what kind of voodoo they put on us, but man, you couldn't talk bad about Nickelodeon. Like, Hey Arnold and Eliza Thornberry and
Doug and all, Doug and the Rugrats, all of them.
Yeah. Which, surprisingly, Doug, they was owned by Disney this whole time, and Disney bought them back again or something like that. I don't know, it's weird, but I guess the first episode of Doug was like what 1990.
I believe so, if I'm not mistaken.
So you know how old I was at that time?
No, you're right,
bro. I was like one going on two.
My God.
Like that's like crazy. I'm thinking to myself like. No, I thought Doug was like, you know what I'm saying, 95, 90, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm growing up, no, it was I'm like, you gotta be playing,
I didn't
bro.
get into Doug to like, what was it like around the time you said, like 95, 96. Like I didn't get used to him. I didn't get used to him, I think, till like almost going into middle school, if I'm not mistaken. Almost.
Oh, see. Yeah, that was elementary stuff.
It was like a mixture between elementary and middle school because I didn't get introduced to Cartoon Network until I went to Modesto, California for So I went to Modesto, California because my cousin was born and stuff. And that's how I got introduced to Cartoon Network, and then not only Cartoon Network, I got introduced to a called Sega Channel. It was like you had 50 games on one cartridge. It's called Sega Channel. It was
you said Sega Channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the one that had had one Sega cartridge, but it had through the cable company, and then you had 50 games on there, and you just play all of them. And I was like, man, that was the mess back there. And every month it was something different.
Well, you know what? I think we definitely didn't get that in Michigan, but I think when we went to hotels and stuff, I believe that was something they offered and stuff when we go to the hotels and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we definitely didn't get that. For real though, I ain't gonna lie, like Michigan, we was behind times for real. I don't want to say behind, but for some reason, I feel like being in KZoo, we got a lot of stuff late. So then when my cousins come from Georgia or they came from California or something like that, and they brought some stuff, we'd be like, what's this?
Yeah.
And then we're looking for it, and we don't have it still like in stores or we don't have it on TV or stuff like that. And then years later, we finally, or maybe a month or two later, we'd be like, oh, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah. We'll be the search stuff we didn't get. That sound hard though. Have a cartridge and then it'd be a channel.
Yeah,
that was, bro.
I had a blast with that. I was like, every time they had their own separate categories. So you have the sports category, you have the RPG category, you had new releases that you had. It's kind of like how we have the PlayStation Network or the Game Pass and stuff like that, where it's you can actually get stuff for free and play them for as long as you want, and then you have this one specific section where it's new release, and you only had to play them for a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
and I remember I think the one game I wanted to play was Vector Man 2.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was playing that. I was like, yo, okay. I played the first one. I was like, here's how the second one. I was like, yo, what the heck is this? This is interesting. It was interesting. But yeah, but in the concept of basically with Looney Tunes and stuff like that, it's just one of those things that we grew up on some cartoons it's nothing, man. Seriously.
Yeah. even if we didn't like originally watch it during the airtime, we still
Go
eventually,
back.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we got introduced to it by like thanks to like Ted Turner stuff and you know, with the Cartoon Network stuff, bringing it back because literally Cartoon Network played animes that already been played. Like me and Sandstorm was sitting up here saying like the Dragon Ball series and Dragon Ball Z, like the first part of Dragon Ball Z, that was being played on Fox in the morning time where we was at. Yeah, and so then like here comes Ted that gets like the rights or whatever to you know what I'm saying, like show it again or whatever, and they show it in their advertisement. I think it was their advertisement that caught us, you know what I'm saying? But then they show it and you know what I'm saying, re-show it and kind of like made it more popular again. So it was like, yeah, like eventually our generation, we like Star Wars. You know, full well we didn't go to the movies or was even thought of when it first came out. You know what I'm saying? The original
VHS
like trilogy, or we know we was too young or something like that. But the original trilogy came out. Like that was not our Star Wars. Our Star Wars was 1999, The Phantom Menace. You know what I'm saying? Clone Wars or whatever that Attack of the Clones, and was it Revenge of the Sith? You know what I mean? So that was our trilogy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't New Hope, Empire Strike Back, and Return of the Jedi. That was the you know what I'm saying? That was the other generation. That was Generation X. Us millennials, we got the other.
I'm in between. I'm sorry, I'm in between.
Oh yeah. You were in between, baby. But you know, us millennials, our trilogy was that, you know what I'm saying? So like, but we got introduced. We still got introduced before they even came out, before they even thought about even doing that. We got introduced via VHS. You know what I'm saying? I want to say my granddad, he had the limited edition joint with the gold plated, like I don't know, but that joint was hard. like he had the whole trilogy case, you know what I'm saying? Like that joint was hard. So that's how literally like our generation got introduced to Star Wars. Like we wasn't born during that time. That wasn't our stuff. But we, like I said, we got all that stuff introduced to us. If they loved it, we loved it even more. Godzilla. I was named after Godzilla.
I remember you told it.
My mom was looking at the credits, saw this dude named Gareth on there. It's like,
I'm done.
So yeah, man, like we get reintroduced to stuff, you know what I'm saying? Our generation.
What up, Sandstorm?
What up?
Sweet. Yeah,
what up?
Let me give you a little feedback or give you a little something. What are you actually currently watching in the anime form of stuff?
What am I currently watching? Well, Solo Leveling just got done. I just finished out Rising Impact, which was really good. And I haven't started Devil May Cry yet. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, Rising Impact was literally the last thing that I watched, and that was just a couple days ago. And then when I got done with it, I was like, guess now I got to go back to finishing Daima. So it's gonna be that Devil May Cry and Castlevania.
I keep forgetting to watch that.
I know. I'm in the same boat. I keep forgetting, and I've watched like the first maybe 2 or 3 episodes, and it's not like they were boring or bad or anything, but like just other big animes come up, and I'm like, I gotta watch these.
Yeah. So let me give you up to speed real quick because he just woke up finally. Because I hear him just now. The last thing that we were talking about was about the studio. Warner Brothers is actually going to be taking Looney Tunes out, basically, on Warner Brothers Studio.
They're going to be doing what?
Let me see if I can find it because he just woke up. Let me find the topic. Give me 1 second. The topic is Warner Brothers will destroy a single-story building where Looney Tunes was once housed. The goal is to create space for the multi HBO. I can hear him. Sorry, I'm trying to say his request. The goal is to create space for the multi HBO show shooting on the lot.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So what's your opinion on that?
That's unfortunate, and it's kind of weird too. I mean, so listen, so not to say that it has to happen, um, and it's once again, it's unfortunate because the Looney Tune area is their mascots. At the end of the day, that's WB's mascots. It used to be once upon a time when they would have at the beginning of their movies, Bugs Bunny coming to the front with the carrot, what I'm saying, leaning on the WB thing. What I'm saying? They really don't even do that anymore. And now that I think about it, the most I see of Looney Tunes personally is usually at Six Flags. Like outside of that, I don't really ever see Looney Tunes in any capacity. I know that for a while they had like a show right on Cartoon Network for a minute, but like outside of that, you really don't see any Looney Tunes related anything. Not Bugs Bunny, nobody. So it's like one of those franchises that's like really, really close to them that we associate with, but like is I think the Looney Tunes at this point is kind of beyond dead, and to push that point, my kids don't well, maybe my son might, but my daughter definitely doesn't really know Looney Tunes like that. Like she knows Bugs Bunny, she knows Daffy Duck, maybe that's a maybe, and he's supposed to be like, the second up, really. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't really know him like that. She definitely doesn't know Porky Pig. And then when you start getting down in that lineup, like Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote, like she doesn't know these characters. She doesn't know what they do, what they're represented. So, and I think that's a lot of kids today. Really, really, in my eyes, you may have 4 mascots maybe in the world that people know in some capacity, like all big, and that's Mario. Mickey is really sliding down there really fast, I think. The Geico Gecko and what's the guy, the Allstate guy. Those are really like pretty much like the ones that you really, really see most of the time as far as mascots. And so I don't know, like, I mean, I guess this day and age you don't really.
I mean, Jake can be looked at as a mascot.
Jake, that's what I meant, not Austin.
But no. You was also talking about Mayhem.
Oh yeah, but even he's not as big as Jake is. I think Jake. I feel like Jake. But anyway, so
what?
I think that like this day and age, a mascot is not as needed as it was before. You know what I mean? Unless you got, I'd even say the ostrich. What is it? The ostrich and Doug, emu. 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 So there's some companies that have them, but for the most part, people don't really use mascots like they did before. Yeah. And I think this is just another one for WB. Is like, we're not even using this building. we're not using these characters, and we're not using this building.
It's there.
Yeah. Like
it's there, but
so besides, pulling one of them like the trams or whatever, how they take you around the studio and stuff, besides doing the tram and being like, and this is the Looney Tune building, I feel like a lot of people would be like, okay. It's just wasted space.
Look. Now these days,
right.
The Looney building.
The Looney what?
What is a Looney Tune? And you ever watch Space Jam? Oh, them things with LeBron James.
Were they actually? Did they actually have their own thing? Yes.
Oh.
Yes, they did.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, a lot. Also, they're not just like LeBron's
Oh
backup.
god.
No.
No.
No, they're not.
Yeah. So I do have one more news topic, and this is actually interesting because I didn't realize very soon we'll be having the anime awards. That's surprising. Crunchyroll's got an anime awards going on, so they have their list up and running. So I'm actually going to name only three to four categories that caught my attention. We already know what every either category for every, whether it's movies, games, whatever, you're always going to have the year anime. You have to have the year. So we have the anime of the year. I'm going to bring up anime of the year. This account who's in the list of that. New series, opening sequence, and I think there was one more I saw my attention. I think it was I was going to pick 4. Let's see. Oh, and continuing series. I'll bring that up.
Okay.
So I'll bring up these 4. So I'll say the anime of the year for last. So for opening sequence, we have these are actually just opening songs basically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna name the actually animes. I'm not gonna say the full names of artist stuff, but 2 of them I am gonna say because it makes no sense for that specific artist to be in it twice for 2 different animes. But you sure already know who they are.
Yep. After you just said that, I was like, "Yep, I know who you're talking about."
Yep. So yeah. So,
I don't. Who is it?
Yep. There's that. Yeah, because they're in there twice. So I am going to say the name. Creepiness is in here twice.
Yeah.
One for Dantada and the other one for Mashal. They're both in here. The opening song, I guess, the opening song for Kaiju number 8.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah. Solo Leveling, the second season one, is in here.
Okay.
Surprising. One Piece is on the list, and yeah, I think I don't know which one this one is. Where it's lead, but it's one of the openings for One Piece. And the last one, I have not got a chance to see. This thing is Oshu no Ko. I think I know what it is. I think I know what anime it is, but I was like, I never even heard the second opening song, but I heard the first one. The first one sounded better than the second. So there's that one. New series is on the list. I said, okay, so we have Dot on here, Delicious in the Dungeon, Kaiju number 8, Solo Leveling, the Pop Carry Diary, and Freya Beyond the Journey's End. So I feel like that's a good amount of categories right there because all of them sound really good.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Freya one, but I heard good things about Delicious in the Dungeon. That's on Netflix. We all know about Dantadan. We all know about Kaiju number. Well, yeah, we all know about Solo Leveling. We all know about Dantadan.
Yeah,
hands down.
Yeah.
Kaiju number 8. I know me and Sansor know very well of Kaiju number 8.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. Can't wait for the next one on that.
I do have a release date for that one too.
Yay.
For the summer. It's definitely the summer.
How the heck y'all say that? And I'm the one that introduced y'all to it. I've been watching it too.
Did you finish it?
Weird. Yeah.
I was about to say. Well, no, I didn't finish it yet, but
I did finish it.
Awkward.
Yeah. So yeah, and then
awkward silence.
Indeed. And then the one I know I have been watching, which I need to work on some more because we're still getting the second half of it, and it's about to get very interesting and dark. The Apothecary Diary. I definitely have been watching that. Definitely. The Apothecary Diaries. I'm sorry. So that's a good one right there. Okay, continuing series. We have Bleach: The 1,000-Year Blood War Part 3, The Conflict. You have Demon Slayer, the training arc.
Yes.
My Hero Academia Season 7. I don't know. We all know this is going to be on this list regardless. One Piece. We already knew this.
Heck
yeah.
Classic.
Oshi no Ko Season 2 and Spy X Family. which we should be getting ready to get season 3 very soon for that one. Spy Family, Spy X Family.
Oh, now that I have not watched.
I haven't. Think I didn't finish the second half of season 1 because the second half of season 1 came out and season 2 has started, and they came out with the movie. So I got a lot of work to do with that one. So that one. Okay. Yeah, and then the last one, like I said, is going to be again Anime of the Year. I don't even think I need to bring up Anime of the Year because the same names that were on Best New Series are the same ones that's going to be on Anime of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Down to the Delicious in the Dungeon, Freya, Kaiju Number 8, Solo Leveling, and Apothecary Diaries. So yeah, so yeah, it's kind of like these are actually really good choices.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the new series. So looking at all the stuff here, like there's some good there's a lot of good lists. I give it credit for it. There's a lot of good names on the list, so I'm actually a little bit excited to see who's gonna win, but we don't know that until I believe May 25th.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll know when we go from there. So hi funny baby. And yes, he's here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mhm.
11 days to your 1 year old.
Hooray!
Yeah, the 1 year old baby coming.
Hooray.
Hooray!
So for any of you guys who actually liked the stuff we talked about on the news, I do have some other stuff down the road for next episode. So just stay tuned for that down the road. Yeah, and it's gonna be fun because I definitely need you too, Sansor, because we're gonna be really going to like old school for the next episode.
For sure.
Definitely. So get your like old cartoons and animes ready to go for next episode because we're gonna have a field day.
Okay.
So, but all right, let's get into our main topic today. This has been a doozy. So our topic, like I said before, is basically we hood. Was it Hoodweeb or we hood? I always get those words mixed up between the two. So yes,
Hoodweebs.
Hoodweebs. To Hoodweebs or not to Hoodweebs? That is the question.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys think of this?
First of all, you got to explain it. What is a weeb?
You want just the actual definition? You just want to just go off the foot?
Definition.
Oh.
Definition. Because there's two. There's a weebie and there's a weeb.
All right, we're going. Let me see if I can do this one-handed type here. Let's do this one-handed type. Yeah, I saw weebie. I saw that. I was like, I typed in weebie. I was like, I saw weebie. I'm like, oh, okay, there's a weebie there. All right. Let's go with this. I'm not going to go through Urban Dictionary for this, although I should go through Urban Dictionary to make it more interesting. So let's go with that route. All right, weeb. A weeb is a person who is interested in anime and Japanese culture. There is an important difference between a weeb and a weeboo. What?
Weeaboo?
Yeah, I was like, what the latter is a person who disannounce their own culture, believing they are or want to become Japanese. They have a waifu or a body pillow. Oh my god, this is insane. They have a waifu or a body pillow. If I'm sorry. I'm like laughing because it's too funny. Waifu or body pillow. If some sort or action or watch hentais. Weaves are known people who likes anime and may have some merch. Oh my god. I have no words for this right now. I really don't. That's hard for me to like read all that and stop and laugh, and it's just too funny. It's way too funny.
So there's definitely a definition. Basically, what the weeboo or whatever like that is somebody that takes it way too far.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're appreciation for Japanese culture to the point
they're the guys who like come up and you see in the mall and be like, hi, Hit you with my I'm gonna hit you with my Kamehameha.
Or or you see like random kids just running through the mall
Yeah.
doing the Naruto run.
Yep.
Like this.
Jumping on
You're
stuff.
not gonna
Like,
do
hey,
that.
bro.
Jumping
You're not
on
gonna do
stuff.
that.
Jumping off stuff. And then be fake fighting.
Yeah.
You be
Like I'll tell him now, like, look, you can do all the ninjutsu stuff and everything else, but you're not doing that Naruto run.
Pretty much what they're doing is they're LARPing Japanese culture for real life. Like in their real life, they're LARPing Japanese culture. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy.
It's too much.
But that's the definition of weebs, right? And weebos or whatever like that. Weebs are us, people that love, you know what I'm saying, animes and appreciate Japanese culture. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I don't even want to separate us from Japanese culture because we grew up on it.
Agree.
Literally. You know what I'm saying? Either if we realize it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like that literally is part of our culture as well. So I mean, we have a very, very different way of looking at that at animes than they do and video games and stuff like that. But hey, Japanese culture.
Well, that's where
is literally so we're weebs in definition, right?
Well, that's where we got where Vito and I, that's where we started the whole, back in the day, the whole neo hip hop thing from. So
yo, I forgot about neo hip hop.
Nigga just said radio on my brain.
Yo,
yeah, classic right there.
Yo, that is classic. And to this day, what's crazy is they took that sound and that idea and
Ran with
literally,
it, man.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. They didn't call it neo hip hop or something. They just called it whatever. I don't know what they called it. They just put it in there. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, you know what I'm saying? Like a weeb is somebody that definitely has it in their culture that still kind of represents it sometimes, or wear a t-shirt here and there, you know what I'm saying? Maybe for us musicians like me and Sandstorm, we'll throw a sample of an anime in our beats or something like that, or have a lyric that is referencing, you know what I'm saying, like an anime or something in Japan. It don't even have to be anime, it can be anything Japanese. We're talking video games as well. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Like it can be anything that has something that links us with Japanese culture. Now, for me, I'm not just a weeb or anything like that with Japanese culture. I'm worldly. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's our generation. Like I get a little bit from Chinese culture. I get a little bit from especially like kung fu movies and all this other stuff. Like just Chinese stuff in general sometimes, intrigues me and stuff like that. I get some stuff from Spanish culture, you know what I'm saying? Like it. I'll say our generation can be like one of those ones that can be considered like more worldly and one world. I don't want to say it like that, but one worldly, you know what I'm saying? Like one worldly and really just kind of accepting of any culture and really kind of like take little bits and pieces and then kind of, incorporate it in their lives because we were introduced to it, as a young kid. So, but the question is okay, are people from the hood? Because I'm trying not to cuss when I'm saying this, because this is
and it's very hard to do when it's the topic of what it is.
Because I can also, in a sense, I don't even want to. All right, so can somebody from the hood be a weeb? Can somebody like really like? I ain't talking about like you from the hood. But you don't act like you're from the hood, something like that. You just live there. You know what I'm saying? No. I'm talking about like a hood ninja.
Right, we'll go with that.
From the village hidden in the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah. A hood ninja, you know, a gangbanger or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, can they be a weeb as well? Because honestly, the way things have been happening with our hip hop, we have been seeing hip hop artists show that they're
Yep,
weebs and
that's
stuff
true.
like that, and then they claim gangs and they have gang affiliations in they hood. You know what I'm saying? They really from the hood or whatever like that, whatever. But like, is this starting to become a trend now? Like, is this the new gangster? Like, you have to actually kind of be a weeb to be a gangster in a sense, or are weebs being accepted by gangsters, therefore kind of introducing them to the world of
I think
weebiness? Are they?
so.
Go ahead.
So I think it's so I feel like it's weird. It's weird because part of me wants to be like not necessarily y'all can't be that, but you know what I mean? Like I don't want you to fake the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like I want you to be I want you to see the culture for what it is, but I don't want you to fake the culture and allow other people to so perfect example, because it's gonna be hard for me to explain. But like
Agree.
people see stuff on TV and it becomes cool, right? Or they see a personification of something and it becomes cool. But it's not cool because of the culture that it is. Or some Drake stuff. There you go. Or some Drake stuff. There we go.
Oh God, no!
Like it's not that it's cool because of the fascination of the culture. It's cool because it's what's in. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that to ever be a thing with our stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's a hard avenue because there are legitimately people. We know that, right? We know there's legitimately hood ninjas with the Sharingan and everything. You know what I'm saying? Who are legitimate in that. But I don't want it to. I would love for it to grow, but I don't want it to grow in that way. You know what I'm saying? Like I want it to grow in the understanding of why it's so cool, but I don't want it to grow in the fact that it's just like popular. So you just trying to jump on the bandwagon because that's what's in right now. You know what I'm saying? So do I think it could be a thing? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think just our culture as a whole, we love seeing just crazy action stuff like that. And the hood cats, boondocks. That's all I gotta say. Like that's all I gotta say. Like, and they like that kind of stuff. So it's I think it's okay. But it has to be handled delicately because we don't want it to get out of hand where it's just like you know what I'm saying? I say this all the time, and you know, much respect to all our followers out there.
Yes,
but I have this saying: it's cool to act black. It's not cool to be black. So it's one of those things. It's cool to be a weeb or to act like a weeb. It's just not cool to be a weeb. Like I don't want it to ever be that. So that's my thoughts on it. I think absolutely. I think the hood can take it on full force, but
there's more of a limitation of it.
Yeah, just be easy with it now.
Yeah,
just
right. We're not saying.
So do y'all ever view it like this? Like it's already been done, and put like this. I don't want to say like let's just take for instance. Say that you're a gangster, right? And you have an interest in all types of nerd-ish, right? But you gotta hide it. And the homies don't even know that you know all about this and all about that and this and that and the third, and like you really in like you versed in the mug. You know what I'm saying? Like you are like you watching not just animes, like you into the cultures and stuff like that. Like you really in it, right? But you gotta hide it. And then like, okay, now that it's popular, or now that the younger crowd is, popularizing the fact that, I'm saying, they love animes, they love Japanese culture and stuff like that. Pretty much like this. Japanese culture as well. Over there, a trend over there is they love Black culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like, okay, y'all showing love to our hip hop scene and our Black culture. It's starting to be cool for us to do the same. But for those that's already like, they done went to the county like all the time and they squabble all the time. And they, you know what I'm saying? They do this and the third. They really about that life type stuff, but they love anime. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think they will be accepted, or do you think they are faking the funk at that point?
I feel like it's a mixture of both, actually, to me personally. I really feel like that because the fact of like, when you're pretty much like, when you're trying to basically, when you have people that's like basically taking certain people that into, and I'll use me as a prime example. Use me as a perfect prime example because there's limitations of like, yes, I'm into the anime scene, the video game scene, and everything else of that, but it's like, it's always hard to like find that person that's into stuff like that whatsoever. So there's that. But when you're like when you get into the old and get older and everything, it's like whatever, who cares? It's my decision, it's my choice. I can just like explore it. Like, yes, I'm into this, I'm into that, I'm into video games, I'm into anime, everything else of that. It shouldn't even matter. I mean, but when it comes to like being in the hood and stuff, it's a little delicate, I should say. It's a bit delicate because of the fact of like you want.
Hold on. I'm sure you know what happened because, like, you as soon as it happened, you start looking at the computer. Still can't hear you, bro.
You guys still hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what just happened there. But anyways, yeah, it's like I say, it's a fine deal. It's like you gotta be very careful, like how you approach the situation with that, because of the fact of like when you're in front of like people who are not into stuff, because you don't know who is into it and who's not, and especially when it's like we're in the hood, we're actually only represent color, whatever the situation, like the Bloods, the Crips, whatever the situation is like that. But when you have someone that's into stuff like that, who is a Blood or Crip, using that as a prime example, this ain't as a prime example, that is just that like, really, buddy? He's talking. Yeah, you can have that. You can have that for a moment. But when you're basically in that situation, it's kind of hard to like to express how you feel, express how you are into that culture whatsoever. And that's one of the biggest things that's hard, no matter whether you're in the hood or not, or just a normal person. It's always hard to express how you feel. So for that person to go around, that's why I said that it's a very delicate situation. But it's like there's a thing where it's like you do too much or you do too little. If you do too little, it's not going to be a problem. You're just basically hiding. If you do too much, you're showing it clear as day, and it's like nobody cares. But if you just have that kind of like in between, like less or in between, then it's like how to separate it. So it's kind of it's really hard to like describe and hard to like. Again, it's very delicate.
So I'm gonna say first and foremost, I'm not from the hood, so maybe they handle it a little bit differently. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say be yourself.
Exactly.
Be yourself at the end of the day. And one thing that I would say is universal throughout the world. If it's not necessarily anime, is video games in some sort of aspect. And anime and video games like are so synonymous with the nerddom
Yes.
in any kind of range. So, you know, and it's funny because I think of RDC World when I think about it. You know, when they talk about the you know, like you know, I'm about to go Sonic on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but like cats know who Sonic is. You know what I'm saying? And I think in the same light, you know, in gangs and stuff like that, you cannot not know who Goku is. You know what I'm saying? Like at the very minimum, you know who Goku is. You know what I'm saying? So I think in that regards, like now with that being said, yeah, you probably can't go super deep with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't be like, you know, on some My Hero Academy or, you know, even Solo Leveling just because it's new. You know what I'm saying? Like those ones you're gonna lose some people on because they're gonna talk about. But like Goku has been solidified. You know, Dragon Ball Z has been solidified. You know what I'm saying? You know what
pop culture.
You know what I'm saying?
An icon.
You know, honey, finna get these Dragon Balls. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Immediately, we know what you're talking about. So I think that in certain lights, I don't think you would be looked at. And I'll even say this too because it goes with the rap game. Is like those are just bars. You know what I'm saying? Bars just waiting to be just waiting to happen. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you were gang affiliated or whatever, the moment you drop a bar like that, like they're gonna be like, "Yo, that was tight." Like, hey, it's crazy that you hit him with the Kamehameha on that bar. You know what I'm saying? Like you know.
You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You see that a lot during rap battles. Like during rap battle and stuff like that, they would literally use anime references in some of their battles.
So it's not like it's not there already. Like heal my man's, he needs a Zenzu bean. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, give him some life. You know what I'm saying? But I think like you said,
or like myself when I put it when I was like, Shawty be keeping my Piccolo, play with my Dragon Ball.
God, pause.
That joke was hard though. Pause. I was like, oh
yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like people will catch what you're saying and people understand what you're saying because of the line that is still very much anime, but it has touched that pop culture where it's respected in that regards. People don't watch Dragon Ball Z just because they trying to be cool, because you could catch them real quick on some like, you really don't watch Dragon Ball Z like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's one of those, man. I think it can be. I think it very much can be. And I think, like I said, you should be who you are at the end of the day, because any anime, like anything, has a surface level to it. And I feel like a lot of people, at least if they can't swim, at least they paddling on the, you know, splashing in the water. You know what I'm saying?
Splash, do a little splatter. Well, I got a different view, of course. I've been definitely paying attention to it's generational. I think the whole situation of a Weeb or Hoodweeb being a solidified gangster still, but still be deep into anime is generational. It's a generational situation. So the younger they are, the more likely that's already occurring right now. I'm looking at, this is the reason why I'm saying that. I'm looking at podcasters. I'm looking at some of these quote unquote, you know, gang members going into some of these podcasts, some of these like real smoked out gang members and stuff like that, or, you know, really hood, real ninjas. You know what I mean? They're being in these anime, or they're being in these podcasts, and I'm noticing, I'm looking at they tattoos. You got a Demon Slayer tattoo. You got Attack on Titan tattoo. You know what I mean? Like, why do you have that tattoo on your body? You can't have it on your body unless you know something about it. And one thing that you start hearing from them, they may not just say it and stuff like that, but if you listen to their music, if you look at their style, if you have an interview and they say, hey, what, da 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 da, and they be like, well, you know, anime, this and the third. Playboy Cardi. You know, he's an anime watcher. He's a weeb, but he's a blood, and he's a blood in a gang down here. I forgot what they call it, but Atlanta gangs are weird. But you know what I'm saying? Like basically, he's a blood down here. You know what I'm saying? 21 Savage has had plenty of Dragon Ball references and stuff like that. Sauce Walker, I don't know how he kind of flew underneath my radar as I was thinking about Hoodweebs, but he's probably one of the biggest Hoodweebs I've ever seen. But at the same time, he's a gang, like he's really a gangster. Like he really gangster, you know what I'm saying? But Sauce Walker is definitely one of them ones that literally bridged the gap. Like, yeah, I watched me, the anime here, there's them third One Piece and blah blah blah. Like he really into it, you know what I'm saying? So it's starting to be accepted. It's not as accepted, like you said. Like you can't go too deep sometimes, but you can with certain cliques, generations, certain ones. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying like, oh, you know what I'm saying, like let's take let's just say like Chicago for instance, right? Them shorties ain't really like anime watching and stuff like that. They might have like a couple of references, but you like Sandstorm, their mindset. They're right there. They come over to KZoo all the time and bring that same mindset. Like like, and by me, being on the north side a lot of KZoo, I've been noticing that same thing. Like you really can't, be that anime situation, dude.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
The farthest you, like I said, and those are one of the times where you be surface level. Like people know Goku, but like even with Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball the franchise, you can't go too deep in it because then they be like, oh, you really watching? You know what I'm saying? Like go.
Yeah. I mean, but see that's also too, like I said, it's generational. Like with the younger generation, you can. Our generation, and maybe a little younger, you really can't. It just really depends on your generation. Because I'm looking at these newer generation, I'm like, oh, you really into it. But you look at ours and maybe a little bit underneath ours, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, nah. But like Baby Sandstorm's age, or Craig's age, you know what I'm saying? Like. You can be in it, you know what I'm saying, and be from the hood, you know what I'm saying, and it be acceptable, you know what I mean. I think that's pretty cool that there's a change, but as far as like us, you know what I'm saying, our situation and how it is, like you said, surface level, only the pop culture stuff, the pop culture stuff.
Yeah, boy. It is. Jeez. But yeah, that's just. I don't know. It's just.
Oh, hey, and then also too, it reminded me of Harry Potter situation. There's a lot of
that's the same. That's the same.
What I be showing you that dude from St. Louis with the Harry Potter, Big Hurry.
Yeah,
Big Hurry.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Big Harry, big like he be. So yeah, and then of course when Sandstorm, I sent you that clip of AD sitting up
doing
here
the funny stuff.
Playing Hogwarts Legacy. AD was playing Hogwarts Legacy. It's a rapper. He was playing Hogwarts Legacy, and then the chat was like, he asked the chat. He said, "What? How should I be sorting in? You know what I'm saying? Because they sorted me in
the blood
and AD's a Crip and stuff. So he was like, "What? They got me in Gryffindor. So what they did? Everybody was like, Ravenclaw, cuz Ravenclaw, cuz." Nah, cuz choose Ravenclaw. Cuz I was like, but you got sorted to I mean, AD ain't tripping like that though. But it's still funny to see him play Hogwarts Legacy. And it's like, bro, I heard about you. I know your music. I know of what you do and all this. I'm like, you playing Hogwarts Legacy automatically off the back. It's like, bruh, you playing what?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah, so it's cool seeing like little transitions like that. I ain't saying like it's totally like, oh yeah, nigga, it's cool. It's cool to be a. Nah, it's still we still get picked on. We still get looked at all crazy, and people, oh, you know, but still, it's still like, okay, something's breaking through.
Yep, seriously. But yeah, what else did I saw? But there was like something else I actually remember in my head. It was actually if you notice that like if you ever like go on YouTube and stuff, there's always like these mashups, these like anime like artists like mashups. Like Kendrick has one with an anime song. Miguel has one. There's a bunch of like artists that have it. And I just noticed that. I was like, what's up with these mashups? I was like looking like. I was like, why? For some reason, this sounds actually pretty cool. For some reason, it sounds real good. It matches up. Like I forgot which one it was with Kendrick. I think it was that one. It was swimming pools with something, and then Miguel had one with another artist, and then D'Angelo with another anime, and it was just like half of these was pretty good. Very surprising. So I was like, I might have to go back and listen to all that stuff again because it's always like hard to find newer ones if someone has some new stuff popped up. But it's always still go back to like the older ones that I caught into having it too. So, but oh, sleepy baby, the sleepy baby.
Oh wait, what is going on over there? That's your body.
Oh boy, that don't sound good. But anyways, yeah. So that is our actual topic for the day, guys. Everything else, if you actually enjoyed this, please check it out. Leave a comment down below. It's now time to get into these trailers. I have 5 for you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So 5 actual good ones. Let me see if I can get this up and running. No. I'm still getting used to this. And let's see if it's this we're doing. Yep, there we go. All right, so we're gonna start off with. So the trailer we're gonna be looking at is a teaser. Actually, it's gonna be "All You Need Is Kill." So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Can you guys see this? Make sure. You guys hear it or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. All right, what do you guys think of that one?
All you need is kill. Even just off the name of it, it makes me think of what is that game that takes place?
Returnal.
No, what's that game that takes place underwater? Dang. And it was like a big game in the PS3 era. There's 3 of them. Would you kindly? Would you kindly? Would you kindly? Would you kindly? What is the name? What is the name of that game?
It was PS3 era?
Yeah. And the last one, BioShock. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's kind of what it all there is kill. Kill. That's what I think on some Harry Potter Basilisk type stuff. Kill. You know. But yeah, it looks tight. It looks tight. It looks interesting.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it definitely looked cool. It looked like Returnal, like I was saying, with the little, keep getting
oh, I know you're talking about.
killed and replaying the Groundhog Day type stuff. But what was that one little movie with Tom Cruise and that thing that kept
something about tomorrow?
Yeah. So that one.
The Tomorrow Project or something like I can't remember.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't Project, but it was Tomorrow something.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about. But it kind of reminded me of that as well. You know what I'm saying? Because she kept she knew
Tomorrow
she kept
War.
going back and reliving. Yeah. She kept writing down You know what I'm saying? Like like she put like 23 then 24. Like she knew she kept repeating that situation. So yeah, it definitely looked pretty cool. That aspect caught my attention. But yeah, and I like the art style too. Art style was pretty dope.
The art style was actually pretty interesting. I was kind of surprised by that. I was like, it kind of like I say, it does kind of remind me of like the names you guys brought up. I was like, why does it look familiar for some reason? But it's like, I don't know. It just has that like it just reminds me of a movie or something back then, or a game or something. So I was just like, okay. But it looks interesting. So we don't know. We don't have a release date for that. So I am going to be keeping tabs on that one definitely because it does catch my attention. But I do. The only part of my brain that only kind of reminds me of that kind of aspect is the ReZero series because it has that concept of replaying over and over again.
Yeah,
it has that aspect to it. So. But I may want to try to read the manga read the manga or the light novel because I heard two different versions of it from that. Not All You Need Is Kill, but the ReZero. So I kind of want to know a little more because that's something I might start getting into a little bit later in the process of like my animes and stuff. But I mean, if I play games like this, it's like it should be second nature, But. All right, so on to the next one I have. Let's see. I am going to try my best to pronounce this as best as possible. Gachi Autura.
Gachi Autura.
No, I'm trying. Like I say I'm not the best at it whatsoever, so I'm doing the best of my ability. So please bear me, everyone. Some of them will feel later. Yeah, you see mommy? Okay. Anyways, let's get started.
お前らを人間を全員ぶっ殺した俺を見下した奴ら俺を犯人と決めつけた奴ら俺を奈落に落とした奴ら誰は全て奈落が飲み込むであろう汚れてんのはお前らだクソがあいつらぶっ飛ばせそれまで死ぬのはお預けだ俺は援助しがない掃除屋だお前人の宝物取っておいてただで済むと思うなよ相手が強いと燃えるよね天界だの下界だのゴミだの俗民だの上だの下だのお前らの都合で勝手に分別してんじゃねえ
Oops, that's not what I wanted. Go away. That's not what I wanted. Let me go back, fix this. And yeah, so. Alright, so what do you guys think of that one while I try to fix that problem?
You want to go first, Vito? I mean, character looks like like he's
Who?
I said the character. He looks like he's whatchamacallit from My Hero. It looks like dang, what's his name, Vito? The one with the dynamite. Yeah.
The bombs.
Yeah. I don't know why I can't even think of his name right now. Kachan.
Yeah.
The
bomb hands.
He looked like he looks a lot like him, and then when he's got the hoodie up, he almost looks like my man's from Bleach. One of the not Espada, the Quincy's. He looks like one of the Quincy's with his hood up. But I've seen this trailer a few times. And I don't necessarily know how I feel about it because I don't feel like I have enough context to understand what's going on. It looks interesting. I'm interested to know more about it, but as of like right now, like just straight off of the context, I really can't tell. Like, and they just do a whole lot of like scrambling and mixtures between this trailer. I don't know what's really happening. So I'm interested to know more about what is happening, but I can't say if like this show was like dropping today, that I would watch it because I wouldn't know. I wouldn't understand. Like I need some context. Some context. to jump in and I'm jumping in. So yeah. And Gachikata or whatever.
Yeah, whatever the name is called.
That don't
Like I
mean
said,
nothing to me. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know. That's what I'm like. I have no clue. That's what I was like. I'm not going to even attempt.
At least some of these other animes actually like give you names, and either they just be way far out there or they're over-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
Like at least they give you something.
Or it's like a long name in Japanese, and then you get the English version. It's still a long name.
Yeah. The wrong way to use healing magic.
Yeah.
Understand? We're watching a show about healing magic and the wrong way to use it. Gotcha. My Hero Academy. Okay, it's a whole academy about being a hero. Yeah. My hero. All right, gotcha. Like whatever that word is, I don't understand it. I need a sub.
Look, that's why. Look, why you guys said that's why I said like I am going to try the best of my abilities to say something and try to say this, but I'm not. Please don't quote me or whatever. I'm just doing the best of my abilities. Okay.
Yeah, it needs a subtitle behind it.
Exactly. Oh my god. All right.
Yeah, I'm still lost my damn self. Yeah, I'm a little lost. I need some more content. I don't know what was going on there. I just know there was a lot of screaming on.
It was like people and then things.
Yeah. Like, okay, what's going on? I need to know what's going on. Hey, let's get this. Let's get some. Yeah. I need some more. I'm like, what? I like a good scream. It's gonna make me laugh. You know what I'm saying? Especially like Japanese screams.
Especially women Japanese
screams. It's the funniest thing. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Like to me, that is hilarious to me. I don't know why. It's like I was like, what if I heard that in real life?
In real life.
Would I really be trying to help that person?
I'd be stuck laughing so hard. I'm like, close your mouth. Close your mouth. Like, can you imagine? You know how when the women fighters they be fighting, they fight against somebody, and then they get like knocked up against the wall or like hit hard, and they be like, you know, like can you imagine hearing that in real life? Like,
like the
eyes turning white and everything.
To be honest, I'm a run. I don't want that. I'm gonna run. Cause if I hear somebody in real life. Long pause. If you making me do what I did when my mom used to spank me back when I was a kid, and you, you know what I'm saying, like that,
jeez,
bro. I don't want that.
Oh my god, yeah. There's a lot of screaming and everything else. It kind of like, but the thing is so funny. I'm looking at it as I'm like still confused what's going on. It kind of like reminds me like if like Kaiju number 8 and My Hero Academia had a baby, this will be it. Literally, because like art style and
I see Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, too. But I think I saw more Kaiju number 8 because like buildings and how big stuff was and everything that's happening. I was like, okay, yeah, you got it from mommy. So, yeah, okay, yeah, he's going to mom now. He's going to mom. Yeah, she's behind me. So yeah, that's. I'm like again, I kind of still need more information on this, but we will find out later down the road because we are in the spring season of animes now, and yeah. Sorry, just to let you know, huh?
Something's coming around the corner, isn't it?
Yep, summer's just around the corner.
No, I said something's coming around. Isn't Fire
Force is today. Fire Force today.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Episode 1 has already started. We're getting 12 episodes.
Cool. I need that.
I think it's maybe Fire Force Season 3 Part 1 is getting 12 episodes, which means we're getting 24. So we're getting part 2.
Nice.
So there we go. So yeah, I forgot I saw the part one. I was like, oh, I forgot about this. So yeah, so that's already out. It came out today. Definitely check it out if you guys have not seen. Again, like I said earlier, if you have not seen Fire Force, definitely check it out. If you don't know the references and everything, definitely check out Soul Eater as well. That's also a great anime to check out as well. So but other than that, on to our next trailer. This is gonna be interesting. Let's see. Yeah, I finally got back to what I needed to. The Exiled Court Magician is named the next anime. And yes, you may hear my fiance talking in the background, talking about Obadiah. So please bear with that. Yeah, like she's literally, if I can turn, yeah, she's right there. See? So yeah, anyways, let's get to the trailer.
「味方が弱すぎて補助魔法に徹していた宮廷魔法師追放されて最強を目指す」2025年10月放送。
Background. All right, so what do you guys think of that one?
Harry Potter overkill. Too many of them.
Yeah, it's a lot of them, isn't it? I wanted to say it, but I didn't want to say it. Like, I feel like
immediately when I saw dude with the wand thing, and then the little Doctor Strange. That's one thing they're doing too. They putting that Doctor Strange portal thing or the ring joints up in there. So it's too much. I don't know if they look. This might be like their love letter to Hogwarts or to J.K. Rowling. Like, hey man, let us take care of let us tell a story of Hogwarts stuff, or the Wizarding World over here. You know what I'm saying? We can do it this way. I think that's everybody's love story. But this right here, I mean, by me just hearing just piano playing, I want to hear some action, too as well. But just looking at it visually, I'm like, okay, so that's okay.
Black Clover.
Black Clover.
Mashal.
What's the one that we just? No, not okay. Mashal. What was the
one with the sword?
Something in sword. What's sort of like the?
With the dude who's in love.
He's powerless too.
That's the one we're talking about.
Yeah.
That one. This one right here, and I'm sure there's one.
I think there is one more.
I mean,
yeah.
That's 4 animes that's like the same, or it looks the same. I ain't gonna say this is the same, but with the aspect of wizardry and the wizard world and stuff like that, like I gotta hear something now to make this different. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say what makes this different from Mashal and
all these other ones.
What was it, Wistoria or something like that?
It starts with a W. I know it is something in sport.
I wanted to say Witch of Wistoria, but that's not it.
Nah, it is like one word by itself.
Yeah,
I know, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, and I do agree with that because I was this seeing the trailer, I was like, there's no talking, no nothing. I'm like, I don't know how to feel about this. Like I was like, I need a little bit of talking, even if like even if it's like don't have the English subtitles to it, or anything. Like I need something at least to know what's going on or get an idea. But I mean, I'll kind of keep tabs on that one. I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
So for me, like I agree with Vito because they are starting to get a little convoluted with the magic and the magic users and stuff and magic school and all that stuff. Like it's too much. But like even looking at it, I'll say this as a side note because I know y'all don't know it like that. But I will say it's cool. The outfit that he's wearing, actually, if I can bring it up real quick. I just can't remember. Exo Sisters, that's what they are. They rock a similar outfit that's in Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's actually a card type. Known as the Exo Sisters, and so the suit that he's wearing is like very reminiscent of the actual Exo Sisters, and I think that's yeah. I think that's really cool. It almost is like it pays homage, even though like Exo Sisters compared to what he's doing in this, they're two completely different things. Like Exo Sisters are Ghostbusters, like so. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out because I think it's really cool how they kind of played on that idea.
Yeah, I agree with that. That actually does look pretty cool. So, all right, so on to the next trailer. This one, let me pull this up. So, if I recall correctly, I think I did this trailer before, but apparently they took it off the list. I think we only have a smaller version, so like a snippet of it. I guess we now finally have an actual trailer, and I think this actually comes out this season. I think.
Okay.
I think I have to double check, but. So the title is basically called "May I Ask for One?" May I ask for one final thing? It's the name of the anime.
俺のことをバカにしただろ。気に入らなかったその銀髪。貴様は一生俺の奴隷として生きるんだ。返り血を浴びて一人佇むその姿は恐ろしくも美しく。ついた二つ名が。今、何とおっしゃいましたか。今この瞬間をもって貴様との婚約を破棄させてもらう。
末永く幸せな夫婦になると誓いますわ。ブワー。その命令は聞けません。ジュリアス様は王家の血を引くお方です。お前はまだ17歳の娘なのだぞ。このバカ者め。お前を殺す。そうすることしか僕にはできない。どうだ、いっそ私の婚約者にならぬか。よくもこれまでの苦行を台無しにしてくれましたね。だから全員ぶっ飛ばしても構いませんわね。
Oh, it's the fall. Okay, that's where we're getting it. All right, what do you guys think of that one?
So more context to it, but I still kind of feel the same about it. It's, apparently all these fellas, right, are in love with this girl. This is the one, right, where they're all in love with this girl, and her dad is like the principal, right?
Nope, that's not it.
Oh,
that's not it.
Okay, so I completely took this one wrong because, like, in my head the whole time, and especially with the last dude talking about it, I'm like, okay,
no. Definitely not it.
Well, I would say even regardless of that, I mean, so this is. I'll say this because this is something that I'm finding really often a lot in trailers too, especially with trailers that are like of newer franchises
Mm-hmm.
is they do this thing where they show you a character and the character will say something random, and then they'll show you like a black screen of the character and like kind of give like a little highlight, blah 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 blah, assassin.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they'll say something random, and I'm like, well, what does that all mean though? Like,
Exactly.
what does that all mean? I think I think I need more. I'm just gonna say that. I think I need more to understand like what really is going on in the story. What's the whole premise, basically? What is the whole premise of the whole thing?
Okay. Vito?
I'm really not into like animes like that. So I'm gonna be real on that one. But like Sanso was saying, I mean, I would need more context on that type of stuff. But yeah. To be honest, like just for me, that anime probably wouldn't be for me.
Right. Unlike you guys, this will definitely be something for me because I was looking for something that I actually thought I was looking for. So just like how the previous anime or previous trailer we looked at, where it's like always following the story, following like the magic of Harry Potter, different things like that. This is also another one of those animes that follow a certain sort of suit, basically, because it's always something. It's either going to be two specific things they're starting to do now. It's either one, have someone being reincarnated as a villainess into a game, would be one, or two, has something to do with something of time looping. Like some person is actually being reincarnated or basically going through a time loop and actually trying to prevent certain things from happening. And perfect prime examples of these animes are basically, for example, I become the villainess who goes down in history, or Dr. Elise. What's the other one I had on my list? Like I'm going to villainess level 99. I'm in love with the villainess. Those type of animes right there. They all have like that kind of time, and Seven Loop is another one too. So all those actually have that weird, like there's that mystery factor to it, because that's like one of those things that's always catching my attention, because when it has something to do with a person getting exiled for some reason and you don't know the reason why, but then it sucks for them. But then when you see them go like, okay, well, I knew what happened, whatever, fine, whatever, I'm leaving, I'm going to do this instead. And they were like, wait, yeah. So like I said, the name itself is kind of, I still need a little bit more context, because the name itself is already still a question mark in my head. Mm-hmm. But seeing everything how it is, it's more of like, I know what to expect, but the title still questions me. So I'm going to keep tabs on this definitely for myself, because I'm also into stuff like this, because it also has some type of mystery into the process of it. So there's one of those things we have to pay attention to. But it's one of those things, again, I still need a little bit more, because of the fact that the name just kind of doesn't fit what I'm seeing. And I'm going to turn that down. That was a monitor. So, yeah. So, on to the final trailer. And this one I'm actually anticipating more than anything. And this is actually a movie trailer. So the final trailer we're going to be watching is, and I'm going to say the full, and I can actually say the
龍玉というものをご存
pause on that. So, yeah. Miss Kobayashi Dragon Bean, the lonely
I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you right now. You don't even gotta show me the trailer. You don't even gotta show me the trailer. I'm excited for this.
Yep.
I'm excited for this one. That's what I'm all on for.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, well, I was actually going through X. I was like, oh wait, we got a trailer for this. I need to put this in the list. Hold on, let's put this in before I answer my final trailer. Let's go.
龍玉というものをご存知ですか？
おっさんがカンナちゃんの父親？
つうわけでよ、カンナを連れて帰るぜ。
人間の価値観覚えて出直してこい。小林さん！
お父さん、私やるから褒めて。
仲間としての責任を果たせ。
カンナちゃんがいなくなった。
龍玉があればお父さんたちが勝つ。そしたらきっと
ドラゴンの精神に大人も子供もない。求められるのは強さだけだ。
カンナちゃんを追うよ。
私は小林さんを守りきれるのだろうか。お父さん、私の声届かないのかな。
届かせるよ。
Yes, sir. That's all right. So, what do you guys think of it?
So I'll go first. I've got a lot to say about this. Despite one, I will say first and foremost, despite how it looks and how they presented it here, this is going to be an action-packed anime. I'm telling you this. It's and Vito, I'll even tell you how I picked up on it. My man's who does all like the voiceovers. The here comes a new challenge. That dude. He played a little snippet of this, and I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute, what are we dealing with here?" And so I got excited about that background story again. This is actually the whole Dragon Maid stuff is also kind of interesting to me because it's also another Yu-Gi-Oh deck. And so the Dragon Maids are like human looking until they transform into dragons, and they're like they still got the niceties and that stuff on, but they're dragons essentially. And what's interesting is it takes a look of not only the Dragon Maids, but it also takes a look of another deck. And they're like sisters too, because and they both have the same color hair as how they have in this anime. And I'm like, what are y'all doing over here? Like, are y'all looking at Yu-Gi-Oh decks and like we should turn these into actual shows? But both of those decks again have nothing to do with each other. But it's just cool to see that there's a studio out there trying to tackle the whole Dragon Maids idea. And they played a game of tag, and I was all there for it. So yeah. So that's my opinion. I'm definitely checking this out.
Right, Vito?
I need to see more. Well, I didn't see ID do his little commentation on it, but yeah, I need to see a different trailer than that because right there it looks boring. But I'm gonna need to see another trailer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that this anime ain't nothing or nothing like that, or it ain't what you're saying it is. I'm just saying I didn't see it from that trailer. So yeah, that's all. I need a different trailer from that.
I feel that.
I feel you on that one. I definitely understand. Me, I'm definitely anticipating this one more than ever because we're now focusing on Kana because she's the main purpose of everything. Because this takes place after season 2. Because after everything, now we get to find out about Kana's parents and why she is called Kana and the situations happen. This whole big giant war is going to happen, everything else. So Kobayashi is going to be doing her usual routine, which is going to be great, being Kobayashi. There's nothing else to say. But yeah, so I'm more focused. I'm actually more excited about Kana because there's a lot of memes with her, anyways. Like you find gifs, memes, and everything else with her, and it's crazy because you see her from an episode one of the episodes of season 1 where she's like, oh, there's like it's a bug. Okay, I'm gonna catch it. I'm like, wait, what? It's like, oh, crunchy. I'm like, so you're doing studies on bugs and stuff like that, and you're just eating them instead of like catching them and trying to study them and stuff. So, but to understand it, it's very wholesome. It's very hilarious. I kid you not. I'm telling you this right now. I can watch season 1 and 2 multiple times and never get tired of this, whether it's English dub or sub. I don't care. I've watched this too many times and laughed my butt off completely. It is very fun. It's hilarious. There is fan service. I'm not going to lie on this, but I'm just going to be honest because of the dragons. But that's them and how things work out. But other than that, it's really still hilarious and wholesome. So it has its like cute moments, but it's really hilarious as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. I think it said June 26th. I think it said last time I checked. Let me check. Yeah, June 27th. I'm sorry, it's 27th. I was off by a date. So yeah, I don't know where they're gonna have this. So I know it's gonna be in theaters, or if they're not gonna have it in theaters, it's definitely gonna be on streaming platforms. But it's gonna be a little bit later until Japan get it first in theaters, and then we got to wait a little bit before we get ours. So there's that. So. Other than that, that is it on our trailers. Everything else, I wanted to bring up one more thing for Sandstorm because I know he missed this thing. There was two things we had in our news we said earlier. One was actually about Fullmetal Alchemist. Had 16 years. Starting today, it's been 16 years for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so there's that.
Happy birthday!
Yep, and then second, Princess Mononoke that's been on IMAX has now got 1.2 million.
Nice.
Yep,
that's good. That's good. Nice.
Yep, so that's the two things I want to bring up. But other than that, guys, that is all we have for today. If you guys like these trailers and everything else, definitely check it out. Before we go, we got some stuff to bring up. Sandstorm, what you got?
So tomorrow, we are catching up on everything Switch 2. We are going to be talking a whole heck of a lot. So expect probably a 3-hour podcast is what's gonna happen, because there's just so much to talk about with that. And actually, to be honest with you, it's probably going to be happening for the next couple of weeks because there's just so much packed in. We have the Switch, the Switch presentation, and we also have to unpack both the tree houses that were yesterday and today as well. So yeah, it's just a whole lot of stuff that we have. So make sure you come over to the Sandstorm Rebirth channel. And actually tomorrow is going to start our giveaway. So make sure you definitely show up so you can apply for that giveaway as well. Sunday is the Winging It podcast. And guess what we're going to be doing? Talking about Switch 2. Who would have thought? So we'll be doing more of that on the Winging It podcast at 7 o'clock. And then on Monday is the Jill podcast, and you guessed it, we'll be talking about Switch 2.
PlayStation indeed. Yeah.
So yes, it's just going to be a jam-packed Switch 2 conversation this weekend. So make sure you guys come on by and throw out your thoughts and ideas, what you liked and what you didn't like about the system. And I'm just giving y'all a heads up. The podcast is going to be so long that we're not doing an icebreaker. Like, we're just going to get right into it. So
might as well not.
yeah. There's just not going to be enough room for an icebreaker. So yeah, that's what's happening over at the Stormcast.
All right, Vito, what you got, my friend?
All right, so Vitoverse just dropped a video now as we speak, or actually probably an hour ago. So definitely go over there, check that out. This week's Vitoverse. We got 2 new channels, Vitoverse Music and Vito Variant. So basically the segments that I did on Vitoverse, they have their own channels now. So definitely stay tuned for updates on that. And you'll catch me on the Sandstorm Show. Probably not for the 3 hours, definitely not. But you'll probably catch me over there. Yeah.
And as for yours truly, like I said, you may catch me there as well. Maybe I have just like 3 hours. I don't know if I can handle for 3 hours. I think I did the last time; it was fine. But that's when,
as long as you pop up, you know what I'm saying. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying. That you show your face, you say your points.
Exactly. You know that goes. Yeah. So I definitely will do that. I know I said later on after this, as soon as I get everything set up and everything, I will be doing Ulterior Maria a little bit later. Do about an hour of that, just to let you guys see the gameplay of it and everything else. So I'm not going to go straight from the beginning. I'm just going to do what I left off because I just did a lot of farming. I'm still in the beginning, so I'm just going to start where I left off and what I'm supposed to do next. So let you guys at least get a feel of what's happening and how that goes. Again, I do have the episode for next week for the next podcast, which he's actually sitting down and enjoying himself playing with mommy. It's going to be dedicated to Obadiah because it's going to be his birthday week. So our topic is going to be more focused on, it's going to be talking with him, a little bit of reminiscing and everything else with him. Plus, we're going to be talking about cartoon animes for kids.
It's Ben's birthday.
So we're going to be celebrating his birthday on the podcast for Nonami. So we definitely check that out. So, but in that, guys, yep, he's officially turning 1 very soon. Yep, very soon. I should be always saying almost like 10 days. So it's like 11:46. So we're still 11 days as we go. But other than that, guys, thank you for all for coming. Thank you Geronimo for actually coming in and chatting with us for a little bit. Yep. Appreciate everything. Until then, we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.
Peace.